What's happening, fellow nerds? This is John, nerding out with cards. And if you remember from some of my previous videos, I talked about a ComC order that I had gotten in, and there was one special card within there. And I never really kind of figured out how to showcase it. So I haven't showed it yet, but so now what I did was I had a card come in today or yesterday, depending on when you're watching this, that I really feel like kind of fits. So I'm going to show off that ComC card. I'm going to show off the card I got today, and I hope you all like it. And so I'm going to start off with the ComC card. And if you watch, there's tons of channels. Vintage Card Wonderland, I think, is the one that really kind of sticks out in my mind. There's Sammy Thunder. And if you're familiar with those channels, you might have a really good idea of the set type that I'm about to talk about right now. And that's this card. It's the 1964 Ken Boyer Venezuela card. And it's kind of a weird question. Is it Venezuela card or a Venezuelan card? I don't know. But you can see the back here. It's all black. And I'm not very well educated on the Venezuela cards. You know, they ran for a number of years. I'm not really sure which is, which sets are harder to find, easier to find, all those good things. But yeah, here's the Venezuela card, and here's the normal Topps card. And of course, the big difference is the backs. This one's, black. It's got this orange color going on. So yeah, for a long time, and I watched a lot of channels, and the Vennies, those got really popular there for a minute. There's other Vennies that I want, but it's like, how do I enter that sphere of collecting? And well, Ken Boyer, I'm trying to collect a lot of his cards, and so it's like, well, are there any Ken Boyer Venny cards? And so what I did, sure enough, there is. There's several actually, and so I saw this one, the 1964, and there's one super cool one, and it Clemente Collector, he has a copy, and it's a League Leaders card. It's got Roberto Clemente on it. It's got Ken Boyer on it from the 1962 set, and so I'd like to get that one at some point in time. Super expensive one is the 1960 with Boyer and Mantle, because, well, it's got Mantle on it, so it has to be expensive. But it's like, for my first Venny card, I thought the 64 would be really cool at Ken Boyer, because that's the year that he won the world, not only the World Series, but he was also the National League MVP. So I think that's really cool. So you might be wondering, like, well, if you got that in a ComC order, good while ago, like, what's different about today? Well, what's different about today is that I have received a 1965 O-Pee-Chee. So kind of keep going with the foreign theme. And when you compare this to the Topps card, there's really not a whole lot of differences. And then what's cool about this card, on the back, it talks about him winning the MVP. But this is the O-Pee-Chee. Oh, my finger's probably gonna cover it up. But you see printed in Canada. So the O-Pee-Chee and the Topps, you know, one of the, honestly, I think best sets ever made. So I thought it was kind of neat, you know, like, you know, you got the Venezuela, the O-Pee-Chee, you know, printed in Canada, of Ken Boyer. And I know a lot of people are going to say, like, oh, yeah, he should be in the Hall of Fame, he should be in the Hall of Fame. I've talked about this before on other videos, but the fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame makes these cards cheaper. And I don't need him in the Hall of Fame to appreciate and respect his career, him as a ball player, and contributions to the St. Louis Cardinals organization. So as a collector, it's working out for me. From an investor point of view, it's not working out for me. He needs to get in the Hall of Fame because of the cards I have. But anyway, I thought it'd be kind of cool to show off my first Venezuela card. And certainly not my first O-Pee-Chee card, but still really cool. And Ken Boyer, he's got a few other O-Pee-Chee cards. Pretty easy to get. It's just, you know, I got so many cards I want to get. You know, it's, you know, trying to prioritize all of that. But either way, I'm gonna, you know, show off the Venezuela Topps, the O-Pee-Chee Topps to close this out. And I hope you all have a good one.